means defense services or the armed forces. So you have to infuse the spirit in your men, the soldiers or the men doing their duties under your supervision by verbally or in your action or the decision. You have to infuse them. You have to take their best for getting the success.
Sir,
In
voice
what
is
time?
low, sir.
Maybe in voice is low. Now, hello. Okay. Right now, okay. Good. The fact is not enough. Only the knowledge will not help you. You must have the knowledge. But only knowledge of facts is not enough. You must be able to express your knowledge through your actions and through your languages. Verbal expression, oral expression is much more effective. And that's why more important in the defense services or the armed forces. And if we want to develop our language, our verbal communication, we have to study hard. We have to study the language. And you know, English is very important in our preparation to get admission in National Defense Services, to be an officer in the services. English carries 200 marks, written marks. If you want to adopt career in the armed forces, cultivate the habit of fluent speech, fluent language, fluent English speech. You develop the habit of fluency. Correctness is also important. And the ability to put across your appropriate, correct, and forceful language. Whatever the things you want to convey, you have to put them in appropriate language, in correct language, in forceful language. And these things, your correctness, your appropriateness, your forcefulness in the language of English will make your speech powerful and effective. As I have told you right now, that English carries 200 marks, total 1800 marks, written is of 900 marks, and SSB is of 900 marks. And for the first 900 marks written, English carries 200 marks in GAT, 200 marks. And English will also help you to express yourself fluently, naturally, without any hesitation in front of the SSB, Services Selection Board. And Services Selection Board carries 900 marks. If you want to be natural, fluent in front of the SSB members, then you have to be very good in English as well. If you want to if you want to show your abilities and the skills, then you have to be good in English. Your perfectness in English will help you to get those 900 marks of the SSBs. And that's why it's my request to you, earnest request to you, to get on over English language. Study English language. Close test, comprehension, then sentence, correctness or improvement, then fill in the blanks. These are the so many things are based on your English grammar, your vocabulary, synonyms, antonyms, then phrases, idioms, important. Your grammar skill will help you stand courageously without hesitation and confidently in front of the SSBs. It will help you to get 200 marks in return in return entrance of the NTA. English is very important. English grammar is important to develop our language skills. Grammar is without a doubt one of the most important aspects of the English language. An area riddled with complexities, inconsistencies, and contradictions. It has also been in a state of flux for pretty much its entire existence. For native speakers of English, as well as for those learning it as a new language, uh, English is not our tongue language. It is the language of the people belong to Australia, Canada, America, and England. But English language is not our tongue language. But only this reason will not help us survive. We have to learn it. Anyhow, we have to learn it because it is there for achieving our goal. Grammar presents a very serious challenge to speaking and writing. Grammar is very helpful in speaking and writing correctly and effectively. Having a single, reliable, go to reference, then day to day study of English, you have to listen carefully, understand it. Every topic in our English lecture has been very effectively created or composed. First of all, we have to focus on the essential or the basic of English. Each unit can be presented effectively in detail. It is up to you to take a lot, take much, and be rich in English language. It is going to help you in SSB, that is of 900 marks and 200 marks of written examination. 900 marks for written examination, and out of these 900 marks, 200 are for English. So I welcome you in the world of English. You can overcome it. You can become a successful because of the study of English. You will get more courageous. You will get more courage and confident because of the study of English. Now let me take you to the screen, dear students. Once again, many students have joined us. Good afternoon to you all once again. Now I share the screen. English grammar refers to the way words are used. That will help us to use the words. Classified, structured together to form coherent written or it will help us in communication. This lecture or the lectures on English will help you to understand the English grammar on which our test is best, on which the SSB is best. Parts of speech, then inflection and syntax. Each of these is a separate individual part, but they are all intrinsically linked together in meaning. Dear students, each and every part of English grammar is is refer to each other, is depend on one another. So you must not miss any part or any concept of English in grammar. In the first part of the lecture, we will look at the basic components of English. Very important basic components of the English. If we understand these basic components of English, then it will be help to understand the topics after topics easily. It is convenient for us to understand English grammar if we know the components of English, the basic components of English. Words, the parts of speech are categorized to which different words are assigned based on their meaning, structure, and function in a sentence. We will look in great detail at the eight main parts of speech, like nouns, then pronouns, then adjectives, verbs, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. And dear students, I'm sure, I'm sure, by understanding the parts of speech, you can better understand how and why we structure words together to form sentences. Then, inflection. All the parts of speech, all the parts of speech provide the building blocks of English. All the parts of speech help us or provide the building blocks of English. Another very important is inflection, the process by which words are changed. We have to study in detail afterwards, but these are the things we have to understand basically. Are changed and formed to create new specific meanings. There are two main categories of inflections: conjugation and declension. Conjugation refers to the inflection of verbs, while declension refers to the inflection of nouns, pronouns, adjectives, and adverbs. Whenever we change a verb from the present tense to the past tense, for example, we are using conjugation when we change a verb from a present tense to a past tense. Likewise, when we make a noun plural to show that there is more than one of it, we are using declension. So conjugation, that means when we use a verb from one form of it to the another form at that time, the process we use that is called the conjugation. And likewise, when we make a noun a singular to a plural at that time, we show that there is more than one of it. At that time, we use the declension. Then syntax. Hello, for your English is very vast, and that's why each and every topic is very important as far as your entrance and India entrance is concerned, because it is conducted by the Union Public Service Union Service Commission. Now syntax. The third and final part of the lecture will focus on syntax, the rules and patterns that govern how we structure sentences. A sentence has structures, different structures, and how we govern the structures. The grammatical structures that constitute syntax can be thought of as a hierarchy with sentences at the top as the largest cohesive unit in language and words. We will begin the third part, that is the syntax, at the basic structural units present in all sentences. We have to understand what is subject and predicate. Without understanding this, we cannot categorize the words. We cannot categorize the sentences because your MCQs are totally depend on this. Very minute study is important. Each and every word and sentence and concept of English is important because this English carries 200 marks out of 900. And along with English is very useful for you to face the SSB that is of 900 marks. You must know the modifiers, the phrases, the clauses, and the sentences. Dear students, parts of speech. The parts of speech are the primary categories of words. Parts of speech. The primary categories of words, according to their function in a sentence, according to the function of the words in a sentence, will decide the part of that particular speech. Hello, hello. Though you have not studied well up to now, but now henceforth you have to complete pay attention to the English grammar. Very particular point is asked in MCQs. So it is said that the word, according to its a function in a sentence, will decide the parts of speech of that particular word. English has main parts of speech. We will look at a brief overview of each. Next, each of one we will talk about. Then there will be a separate lectures for the each part of speech, like noun, pronouns, verbs, then adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. Nouns. Nouns are words. Nouns. When we talk about the noun, nouns are words. Each will be taken in detail afterwards. Nouns. Nouns. Or the noun. Nouns are words. It has different kinds also. There are types of nouns also, but first, in general, nouns are words that identify or name people. Naming word is called a noun. But along with that, nouns are words that identify or name people, places, or things. Nouns can function as the subject of a clause or a sentence. Noun can function as a subject of a sentence as well as it will function as an object of a sentence. Along with that, noun can be a subject of a clause. It can be the object of a clause as well. It can be, this noun can be object of a verb or an object of a preposition. These are the functions of the noun. Noun functions a vital role in sentence in English. Words like cat, book, table, girl, and plane are all nouns. Nouns will be taken in detail afterwards in our next lectures or next to next. Then pronouns or pronoun. Pronouns are words that represent nouns. Represent nouns. Nouns represent people, place, or thing, right? But pronoun represents noun. Noun like people, place, or things. That means pronoun is a word which is used instead of a noun. To avoid the over repetition of a noun, we use the word, that word is called pronoun. Grammatically, pronouns are used in the same ways as nouns. Again, pronouns are used in the same ways as nouns. They can function as subjects and objects. Subject or object. Common pronouns include I, we, you, he, she, it, me, him, her, everyone, and somebody. Then verbs. Verbs. Verb. Verbs are words that describe the actions. Verbs. Or states of being. The states of being of people, animals, places, or things. Verbs function as the root of what's called the predicate. So verb is the root of a predicate. What is subject and predicate? We are to study afterwards, but first just focus on the parts of speech. So verb is the root of the predicate, which is required. This verb or the predicate is required along with the subject. Dear students, please don't spoil the screen. You just listen and understand. Your understanding and listening is very important. Don't spoil the screen, please. Whoever person is spoiling the screen will be identified and will be removed, please. You have come here with a very respected goal of joining the services. Now, verb, which is required along with the subject. Verb required along with the subject to form a complete sentence. Without the verb, it is hardly possible to complete a sentence. Therefore, dear students, every sentence must include at least one verb. We are going to study English in detail because it is very much important. Verbs include action words like run, walk, sing, as well as words describing status like being, be, seem, feel, or sound. Then adjectives or the adjective. Adjectives are words that modify. Modify, that means describe or tell something more about the nouns, adding something for noun or pronoun. So adjectives are words that modify, add a description to, nouns and occasionally pronouns, sometimes pronoun. They can be a part of either the subject or the predicate. These adjectives can be the part of subject or sometimes it may be or they may be the part of predicate. So you will see adjectives or the words called adjective in subject parts or maybe sometimes in the predicate parts. So adjectives add description to nouns or occasionally to pronouns. Adjectives you will see in sometimes subject parts or maybe in predicate parts. Common adjectives are red, blue, fast, slow, big, tall, and white. There is a huge list of adjectives we have to study afterwards. Then adverbs. Adverb. So this adjective was for noun and pronoun. It was adding some information or description to noun or pronoun. Adverb is a word that modifies adjective. So adverb modifies adjective, then adverb and verb as well. So adjectives are words that modify a description to verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. Here we have to note, we have to adverb or even entire clause. Even entire clause can be modified by an adverb as well. So you know the function of this adverb right now. So depending on what they modify and how they modify, depending on what is adverb modify and how they modify, adverbs can appear anywhere in the sentence. Adverbs are commonly formed from adjectives. They can be commonly formed from adjectives by adding ly to the en. But this is common way of adjective to adverb. But some words have separate form of adverb. They do not have l, y. Slowly, quickly, widely, beautifully, or commonly. These are the formations of the adverbs from adjectives. Then preposition. 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 Prepositions are words that expresses a relationship. Hello. There is slight difference between preposition and conjunction. That's why it is uh, it is must for us to understand preposition. Then it will be easy for us to understand the conjunction, and it will be better for us to understand the differences between preposition and conjunction. The placement of the words is also important because we are asked in the MCQs the placement of the words. Some questions are totally depend on the placements of the words. This is the structure of a sentence, and sentence have words with their placements. Preposition. Prepositions are words that express a relationship between a noun or pronoun. Hello. A relationship between a noun or pronoun. Prepositions are words which express relationship between a noun or a pronoun, known as the object of the preposition. And along with this, the relation between noun or pronoun, along with this, Another part of the sentence can be related by the prepositions. Together, these form prepositional phrases, which can function as adjectives or adverbs in a sentence. Some examples of prepositional phrases are on the table, in the shade, and across the field. Then conjunction. Conjunction. Conjunctions. Conjunctions are words that connect other words, phrases, or clauses. Again, let me recall you, let me tell you, prepositions are words prepositions are words that expresses relations between a noun or pronoun and another part of the sentence. Whereas conjunction are words that connect words, phrases, or clauses, no matter they are nouns or pronouns. Conjunctions connect other words, phrases, or clauses and expressing a specific kind of relationship. Conjunctions express a particular or specific kind of relationship between the two or more elements. Relationship, specific kind of relationship between words, no matter these words are noun or pronoun. The most common conjunctions are the coordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions. These are the types of conjunctions, and we have to learn all these in our separate lectures devoted to conjunctions. So, and, but, or, nor, for, so, and yet. These are some of the examples of conjunctions. Next one is interjection. 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 Interjection are the words which expresses our strong feelings or the emotions, like our happiness, our pleasure, our sadness, our pain. So these emotions are expressed through words. Those words like wow, beautiful, well done, what a beautiful flower. These interjections, the words which expresses our strong feelings, feelings or the emotions like happiness, then our abilities, then our smartness, our sadness or the sorrows or the pains. Those words are called the interjections. Then some other parts are also there. Uh, they will be studied because each and every part is important as far as our NDA grammar is concerned. In addition to these 8 parts which we have discussed above, there are several other groupings of words, and they do not neatly fit into any specific category, like particles, then articles, then determiners, gerunds. Yes, but these other categories or the concepts play very vital role in composing or structuring a correct sentence. Correctness of a sentence is important. Many of these share characteristics with one or more of the seven primary or eight categories. For example, determiners are similar in many ways to adjectives. But so there is this is our skill. Determiners are similar in many ways to adjectives, but we still know what is adjective and what is determiner.